Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of Gravitational Report for you. I had to go ahead and look at the report a little bit a few days ahead and to pinpoint it to the energy that it's coming in today. The reason was that I had to look at it that opposition of Saturn, Neptune in there, that's Virgo Pisces energies, that it's like at the end, because the Pisces in the end is what did you achieve spiritually with others. Okay, that is it at the end, because at the end you reevaluate everything. You did your life and like all your life with others, with people, things, and so on. Everything just comes in, and Saturn is triggering is that go back in time, and that's what Saturn is going to be triggered. But the moon, it's going to be at Virgo, right? That is your personal development, because your personal development begins from Aries into Virgo included, and then you practice everything at Libra. So today we're going to see this shift as the moon. It's going to be shifting from Virgo to Libra, and you're going to be finding out what is your strength, what is your good things, what is it in there that you are weak or you need to develop or you need to do, because the relationship is going to tell you where that is. What is the lack of what? Balance. Libra represents balance. So with this, for a lot of the people, which is the most of it, that's going to be in personal relationships. That's going to be in marriage. But there is also, this is the house of relationships. So it's all including about everything from regular business relationships to relationships that you have with out there with governments and so on and so on and so on. Okay, the things just goes piles up because it's about the house of contracts with others. So this is going to be a lot of tests, because Saturn is going to be kind of like a guilt tripping you in there, because he's the karmic ruler. He's going to be said like, look what happened in the past. Look what happens in the past life. Look what it should happen in the past experience, even this lifetime in there. And Saturn is going to be like, please don't make the same things. Okay? Look what you knew. Look where you've been. Look where you are going. And look what you the things you need to do. And now the lack of the certain things in the inner work, because a lot of the people, when it comes to the inner work, they're trying to find all the kind of like excuses in there, all kinds of things that it's going to be. But with all those energies that's going to be coming in, we're going to see that the intuition is going to take a very good, very good energies and synchronicities. There's going to be some very good synchronicities, particularly at 4 o'clock. Pay attention to that 4 o'clock in the next 2 weeks. Okay? Because the inner work at 4 o'clock is going to be matching Pluto. Okay? This is going to be transitioning from Capricorn towards Aquarius. So with all these energies, we also we are coming into the new moon. And this new moon at Scorpio is going to be particularly interesting, because we have some Mercury retrograde, the new moon, and the Liliths. They're all going to be 28 degrees. Okay? This is going to be some interesting. I'm going to show you some charts in there. First of all, Arkin, welcome here. And I don't know how to chew. Jacob, I don't know how to pronounce it, but welcome here. So with these energies at 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to see some that the sun is still, of course, is going to be going below and below. The ascendant is at 18 degrees, the sun is at 23, so it's below. And here is that within the astrology, whatever it's coming in, first you're processing within your soul, even if you don't realize it, but your eyes is seeking what? what is happening in the earth, and there is that issues which way you should supposed to go, while the ascendant gives you about 4 hours to proceed with the inner work, and the inner work is focused right now at Virgo. She's going to be very close to the south node. That is going to be another trigger from the past in there, but the moon particularly, because the moon is the attention. So where is it? The attention is, and that's what the flow it is, right? Because of the intuition. Intuition is the inner guidance for the soul, like I'm thinking about it. But don't forget about it that the intuition from within can also connect to the ego. It's like, how can I can, twist this here, twist that there, say maybe something else, and so on and so on. And now when it comes to the Libra, Libra is going to say that you have no balance. What did you came here for? You need to figure out this balance. And then Saturn is going to be like, you should not pass. Sorry, you should not pass. And with this not pass situations in there, this is going to be what? You're not ready. So now Saturn is going to becomes in, it triggers all the guilt, the shame, and from the past and so on. But it's going to becomes in, it tells you, don't repeat the same thing. Now we have different positions. Now we have different situations. I'm going to be moving direct, and I'm going to be guiding you. And this is why we're going back into this retrograde season, okay? And at 4 o'clock, we're going to get these transformations. The energy at 4 o'clock is going to be beautiful, and I'm going to show you. All right, so keeping it going at 8 o'clock, we're going to see that Venus is still traveling again with the true Lilith. It's about finding the true love. But the energy that is going to be piled up at Scorpio, particularly with the ascendant, is going to be going in there. You're going to feel what you need to do in order the energies to synchronize within life. Okay? I mean, think about it, that if you let it go of all the needs, must, has, projections, expectations, and all of a sudden you're aligned for what it is. And only the sudden with what it is, you're getting to the level of the depth within you. And it's like, oh my God, this is much better. You're finding that depth within yourself. And this is what's going to happen with this, because in your shadow is your success. We're going to see it here. Everything is in the ascendant. We can see how fast that energy is going to come in. Very beautiful, very powerful. The synchronizations, basically, they are, as you see it, all the blue lines right here, okay, they are going to be able to solve the problems. So if you're at work, even for or whatever you are doing within you, you're going to be finding a very good solutions for everything that goes on in life. But the trigger is what? The past, okay? The trigger will be the past. All right, 9 o'clock, we're going to see some Mars and Mercury at the ascendant. Mars right now is like, I'm waiting for the moon to come in. I'm waiting to tell me, the intuition to tells me what I need to do. So we're going to be seeing some of that energy, because the inner work, okay, midheaven, it's the 10 degrees of Libra. And now this sextile with the 10 degrees ascendant with the 7 degrees Mars that we have is going to be coming in, and it start giving us, it's kind of like you feel in the directions, but you're not ready for it. Because guess what? The intuitions is not ready for it. The intuition is out of balance. Okay? And this is going to be some challenges that it's going to be coming in, but we're going to be seeing it by the end of the day, how when at the moon it's going to be moving into Libra, how this kind of like a balance is going to start kind of like a coming into you. You're going to be gaining what? Wisdom. And that's what balance and philosophy does. If you balance what you're telling to yourself, thoughts becomes what? Things. But you have a very big gap between thoughts and things. It's called work. Okay, it's a lot of work that has to be done in order the thoughts to become things. So with that energy at 11 o'clock, we're going to see that our work needs to be done. The ascendant is going to be at Capricorn. The moon is entering Libra. So with that energy of the moon right now, it's trining Uranus and it's trining Pluto. Okay, she's still receiving this beautiful, great energies within. So with those energies, the Sun actually is also receives the energy from Saturn, from Neptune, as a Uranus is on the top. So we have these two kites that interchange it together, and we're going to see how the intuition and authority, by working together, all of a sudden everything gets what? Synchronized. Okay, you might not feeling it in the material world yet, but you feel it first within the energy, the energies that are creating the thoughts, and that's what it is about the guidance. And then all of a sudden, when you realize the guidance, you put your thoughts together, then those thoughts start doing what? The work. You're attracting certain energies, you're attracting a certain people, all of a sudden a certain things you start getting in its own place because you removed things from you. You give the space to things to materialize. All right, without materializations, of course, there's going to be some challenges. The next hour, this is going to be 12 o'clock. The ascendant is going to be at Capricorn. This is going to be opposing Jupiter and square and Chiron. Of course, if you're acting as a child in there and you are immature, guess what? Things not happening. And you're wondering why is that is not happening. Because something in there, it's telling you need to be acting differently. Okay? This is why Saturn in there, it's going to be like no mercy. Okay? Saturn's going to be like a no mercy. You know, hey, you didn't get that balance. You can go in there, you can get in there, but you don't have that balance. And Pluto's going to be like, yeah, but there is opportunity to change. Because Pluto, it is at 1 degrees of Aquarius, the moon is at 1 degrees of Libra, right? So now we have those very beautiful positions. You're going to feel it within the air. Right now, the moon is sextile and the sun is a lot of going on. There's going to be a lot of pressure of the authority. Basically, like imagine that all of a sudden everyone just comes to you. It's like, hey, about this, about that. Can you give me this? Can you approve this? Can I get this? Imagine you're a boss in a company, okay, and all of a sudden everyone is just coming to you all at once, and you're like, guys, give me a second. I can hear this, I can hear that, but I need to do one thing at a time, and the energy is gonna be some freaking, I mean, you can tell that energy of the depth, it is going in, really. For a lot of the people who are in the spiritual journey, they are going to be going deep. For a lot of the peoples in there, they want to have some, the intimacy, the relationship, even it's going to be going into deep, because Scorpio is actually, it is the ruler of the intimacy depth. Okay, that's where this is coming from, okay? And I have to quote somebody, is like, I want to have everything within you, but I want to go deep within the soul. I don't want just material things and emotional things. I also want the soul thing. And that's what is going to be. But with this kind of like of energies, you got to be very kind of like a little bit, pay attention to the red lights, because those red lights, the Uranus is going to be like, here, I'm coming back into the material world. I want you to do the things in the material world that you have not done. Ask why you have not done it. And this is what Uranus is going to be trigger even more within the past. He's going to be going towards the authorities like, why did you not authorize this in the past? Why did you have not done this? Why did you not get this job? Or why did you not buy this property? Or why did you not become a farmer? However it is, it's all about the material world, okay? Why did you not buy this restaurant? So you can run it, because the restaurants are run by Taurus, okay? So a lot of these things is gonna be really for everyone. This is gonna be a different. Okay. All right. 1 o'clock. We have some. The inner work is gonna be with Mars, but as I said, Mars is gonna be waiting on the Moon. Okay. You're gonna maybe see some little sparks in there. You maybe gonna see some this little sparking of the intuition. Is just like, check this out, check these things, and all of a sudden you check these things and you talk with somebody and they're talking about the same things. Now you're getting the guidance that Mercury retrograde brings to you. It's like you need to go back to this idea that you abandoned a long time ago. You need to go more deeper of the things that you did not did before. Okay, everything is about before. Okay, and you have to look within you. All right, 2 o'clock. The inner work is going to be at Sag. The ascendant is going to be in Pisces with the North Node. That energy is still very, very beautiful, very great energies. A lot of intentions to do the things about the better future. But between think and do, it's still what? Work. And nobody wants to hear the word work. Everyone wants to, oh, it to be easy. Okay, there is another saying. It's there. If it's easy, it's sleazy, right? So yeah, don't build a house in the sand. And all the story of the three pigs. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Hi, 3 o'clock. We're gonna see some star rising of the synchronicities energies. Chiron is gonna be very much at 150 degrees with the sun. Now you put the authorities like, you know what? I have to heal this child within me. This child needs to grow, but I have to keep the child innocence inside of me. And here, how you gonna lose the control of some of the things in you, which is that innocence is gonna open things. Okay, so this is what the energy is gonna be looking at 3 o'clock. Since I promise you, what is gonna happen at 4? All of a sudden, yes, you see it right in here, right? That energy right here at 4 o'clock, together with the ascendant and the inner work right now here, we're going to see how this inner work is going to be moving more and more towards Pluto. But this is what the energy is going to be piled up. As I'm talking about this in the 5 days, we're going to be having the new moon. And this is why I left it, the work up here. As you see it, the inner work is going from Capricorn going towards Aquarius. And here it will happens into the new moon, right? We're going to see how this energy is just going to be piled and crystallizing, okay? But that crystallizing has to happen because of what? Of realizing the faults from the past. And Saturn is going to be teaching us. And then you're going to be happy that Saturn teaching us. You're going to be happy that these things happen. You're going to be good. You're going to beginning of new depth. Okay? And this new depth is going to comes in and tells you things that it's going to be a better life for you. All right. As we are going to be going on with this, energy is at 4 o'clock. The ascendant is going to be with Uranus. It's going to be at Taurus energies. We're going to see this needs because this is going to be really opposing that Uranus because 28 degrees, 29 degrees retrograde Uranus. This is where the universe is going to be like, where do you think you're going? You have not learned this. So we're going to see, particularly we're talking about as the moon, it's going to be meeting Uranus, right? What is going to be the message of Uranus in there? Because this is going to be the first time they're going to be meet the Taurus. That's going to be your realizations in there. Okay? It's going to be meet for a little bit more as well, but this first time is going to trigger the path how you to adjust within the material world. All right, 5 o'clock, the energies is gonna be calmed down. The synchronicity dose is gonna be coming up. There is gonna be some very good, you put things, all of a sudden you put things in your mind, you put things in there, and all of a sudden the things just start moving on their own. Okay, because right now you're working with what you have to do. Okay, particularly with socializing. That's going to be this because the ascendant is going to be at Gemini even in the next hour, which is going to be at 6 o'clock. The ascendant is still going to be at Gemini. But that inner work that is going to be coming up and move through Aquarius, she's going to be square the sun and the shadow. It basically says like, you cannot go with this old shadow of yours someplace. Why just not dig in the shadow and overcome your deep fears? Okay? Scorpio is not only about other things. Scorpio is also to look in yourself, the deep fears, and what is your abilities and capabilities that you can become. And then you talk about these abilities and capabilities in Sag. That's how the philosophy is born. And then you go into a Capricorn. It's like, let me serve to others, let me getting and helping to others, and so on, right? You're the public servant, you do the work on the real world. And then Aquarius comes in, it's like, yeah, you can do this, but you're going to recognize that it requires something new, innovative way. And then you go to this Aquarius energies, then you move to the Pisces, where your soul finds your peace. This is how things work, guys. Okay, astrology is not complicated. All you need to is understand it. All right, 7 o'clock, the ascendant is at 11 o'clock. The inner work, the midheaven, it's going to be with the North Node. Yes, you're working towards the future. You like it or not, you constantly worry about the future. Why? Because you want to control it. You want to control the outcomes. How about allow the outcomes to develop in its own way, but you flowing with what is it? Not controlling, flowing. Okay? And right now, with that flowing doesn't go very well because you don't hear that you have to let it go of this. You don't like that you have to work for certain things. You don't like that you have to fix the inner child, for example. Okay, now you don't like it that you have to look at it into the past of the family tree line. For example, Jupiter is retrograde at Cancer, which is Cancer is a what? Family. Right? You within the family. How did you grow up? Because growth, it's under Jupiter. So right now, it's all these things. He's going to be coming into you, and they're going to be what? Asking you to reevaluate the past. But that's going to help you to what? Moving towards the future. So don't fear, don't regret, don't hate. Just flow. Okay? All right, those who's going to be flowing, those who's going to be learning the lessons, they're going to learn it. Yeah, I got that big smile check in my face, yes. Here, the inner work is going to be with Saturn. Right now, that beautiful energy is going with the Sun. That beautiful energy is going with Jupiter. And all these synchronizations begins to work. And here is the Moon, opposing Saturn and Neptune. Okay? But now it's just going to be released within that, right? So Saturn all of a sudden moves you out of these restrictions of intuition. Why? Because he wants to show you how the things was. And now the intuition is going to put the pieces together to balance things out with the others. Usually, when you are in a partnership or relationships, however, when you start working with this and you thought because you wanted to control and so on, and then all of a sudden the partner doesn't do what you wanted to do, all of a sudden you're realizing things because you thought they are like the way they are, but they weren't. It was your programming that was telling you that you can what? Manipulate. You cannot manipulate. You have to create balance. And it comes when that test of a balance is tested by what? Being with others. Okay. All right. So yeah, the ego is gonna be triggered at 9 o'clock because the ascendant is gonna be at Leo opposing Pluto. Yes. Of course, bruised ego, right? This is when somebody caught you and is like, hey, you manipulating things here. What are you doing this for? Where that came from, right? Some of the people that's happened in a based on what they know, the program. I only know this. I only know that way. I haven't been learned other. I haven't seen it. I don't understand it. Now you're ready and you're eager for what? You're eager to learn. You want to go deep to investigate the things that you need to do. And this is going to be some very proper, very proper way because the inner work begins in areas. It's like, okay, I'm going to be reborning myself. I'm going to go focus on my new self. So my new self can help me to develop the life that I missed, the life that I want, the destiny that it's going to be coming to me. But I am going to be thinking differently. Okay? And what is that thinking differently? What's going to come? See, the inner work is going to be 150 degrees with Venus and the true Lilith. Right there. You find the true love within you that is going deep. And because you love yourself deeply, you're going to be loving your partner deeply. All right, 10 o'clock, the inner work is going to be with Chiron. Yes, of course, the inner child has to be fixed. The energy, because otherwise you're not maturing, cannot growing, cannot getting in there. This is a square Jupiter in there. It's going to be for a long time. Okay? So a lot of the people, they beginning to understand that if they don't stop acting as a child, they're not going to be able to grow within the family. Okay, that it is that maturity process that it's going on. Okay, and Jupiter and Chiron, they're gonna be squaring for a long time, a long time. All right. Okay, and 11 o'clock, the ascendant, it still is going to be at Leo. This is going to be some divine energies with Saturn. Right now, we know, the planets. We talk about this end of Leo, beginning of Virgo, divine energies. In their sense, they are right now retrograde, right? We are getting it a little bit earlier at Leo, but then when they're going to go direct, we're going to start getting it where? At Virgo. Okay, because you fix the ego issues and you're applying into yourself to organize yourself. Is this is good or this is bad? Is this I can throw away and this I can keep? Duality. But through duality, there is a organizations. Purging, healing, okay, it happens at Virgo. Look what you have in Virgo, what house it is, and it's going to tell you what you need to organize. Okay? That's what this is. That's the purpose of this Virgo. So you can organize yourself to have a balance. Okay? Can't have too much, but you cannot have too little. You need to have exactly what you need. And this one is going to be the astrology report for today. I'm going to give you kind of like a heads up how it's going to be looking at in the morning. In the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. The moon is going to be, of course, at Libra. She's going to be divine energies with the North Node, the balancing in the relationship under the destiny. That's what she wants to look. That's what she's going to be seeking it in there. It's like you understanding within yourself the purpose why you're going in relationships, the purpose why you're working with others is because it's testing your personal development. Okay, now with that energy in there, and that this energy is going to be approaching Mars. Right now, Mars is like, oh, I know how to put my act together, because right now you understand the need and the reasons to change, not based on the past, but ways where you're going. But you have to learn the mistakes from the past. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. I want to say thank you so much for all of you to come, for the click, for the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and welcome. Hopefully, you're going to be able to be all right. Much love to you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.